I'm one of the most widely traveled people. I've never met a Muslim who abuses Jesus Christ. Dokubo, you've never met a Muslim that abuses Jesus Christ. So have you met a Christian that abuses your Allah? I don't understand. In a recent video shared on Facebook on Thursday, February 12, 2026, Asari Dokubo, Niger Delta activist and Calabari chieftain, spoke on interfaith respect and the treatment of Jesus Christ within Islam. According to Dokubo, I'm one of the most widely traveled people. I've never met a Muslim who abuses Jesus Christ, he emphasized, noting that Muslims honor Jesus. Now, so the same ones that went to Lekki, and put a banner at a church. If it was a Christian that did that and went to put a banner in their mosque, there would have been problems. You are telling us that you've never met a Muslim that abuses Jesus Christ. You are a joker. He emphasized that noting that Muslims honor Jesus, referred to as Isa in Islam, as a prophet and messenger of God. Dokubo explained that his extensive travels have allowed him to observe Muslims in different countries. How many places have you traveled to? And he has consistently seen respect shown towards Jesus Christ. According to him, any notion that Muslims disrespect Jesus is based on misunderstanding or misinformation. He stressed that mutual respect between religious communities is vital for peace in Nigeria. According to Dokubo, recognizing shared values and beliefs help prevent unnecessary tension between Muslims and Christians. The activist also urged religious leaders to speak responsibly, warning against rhetoric that misrepresents Islam or fosters division. According to him, educating communities about the teachings of each faith strengthens national unity. Dokubo concluded by stating that honoring religious figures, including Jesus Christ, should be a common principle for all Nigerians, adding that respect and tolerance are essential for harmony across faith. Well, William says, now Allah is full in big fat mouth. Ibrahim Isa says, and you will never hear that Isa is one of the greatest prophets of Allah and is fully acknowledged as such by all Muslims. But how many Christians were known to have abused Muhammad? Countless. That's a lie. How absurd and disrespectful this is. That's a very, very big lie. No Christians abuse Allah or anything. That's a lie. Abiodun Mane says, who is talking there? Baboon. Prince Odushola says, calling Jesus a messenger is one way of disrespecting him. He is not but a child of God. Emmanuel Yoda says, this man is just senseless. Frederick says, if a Christian mistakenly tears the Quran, you will buy him. But Muslims have deliberately sung Bibles in sea, done a lot of things, a whole lot of things, that they would not accept if the tables were turned. He's not telling us that they respect. It's a lie. He said, who defines what abuse is? The girl simply said, let's stick to matters concerning class, not religious matter. Your people pied her and burnt her corpse. Did she abuse Muhammad? Severally, your people have called the crucifixion of Jesus idolatry. You have reduced Jesus to a mere prophet. Severally too. And yet nobody by anybody in your midst. What abuse could be more? Your scholars and all of you, Dokubo, you travel without learning. Your religion is simply a violent one, very, very violent. Tari said Jesus is not a prophet, but God in human flesh. Read John 1 verse 1 to 4. He said, no. He lived a perfect life here on earth, so you have no reason to insult him being you the devil or his sergeant or his agent. So I said, I never knew you are so ignorant or hypocritical. Have you ever listened to Dawa from all your religious scholars? Don't mind him. Juno says, you are not correct. They abuse Jesus Christ by buying his followers and also deny his sonship of God. Okay, Meta says, but you never hear say they don't alternate the Bible in your holy land secretly and sending it in the world. Find out please, okay, before now go to show face for matter that's open. But keep telling us something different. I beg you guys have been bought. This is not about religion and faith, please. Ujeduma says, when you persecute Christians, you persecute Jesus Christ. Gisi says, buying people is an abuse on Jesus Christ because Jesus said the devil is here only to buy and to destroy. When Bonnie says you are a very shameless liar, very, very. Augustine Ayama says you have not seen any Muslim abuse Jesus, but you have been amongst the Muslim terrorists and jihadists put by Christians. Which is worse? Which one is worse? Leon says, is this one alright? Has he ever been alright? Dokubo says, then your son. Idiot. Lie is part of your religious belief. Eddie says, you too sabi lie. No be small thing. John says, but you have made the ones buying people, abi? You must have made the ones that buy people. Buying Christians for nothing. Sister Stella said, please stop saying what you don't know, I beg. Ibiye says, even Tinubu abused Jesus Christ to support his Muslim ticket that shocked the Christians dressed up faceless Muslim Reverend Cabs to convince Nigeria that Christians support his government. I no longer believe in Nigerian politicians. They do extremely bizarre things to get power, even if it's unhonest. Today he's paying for it for playing Jesus Christ. Where are those Reverend fathers that were dressed up to glorify the CPC government in 2023? Those ones, they don't collect their money, go back to their house now. Kejuku says, Oga, it's time for you to turn away from Islam, as you can see most of Saudi's people of other nations turning to Jesus Christ. It is on record that in 2026 Ramadan, Jesus Christ will appear live in Mecca to call on Muslims to turn to him as their savior, not Muhammad, who deceived them for more than 1,400 years. This message came from Sheikh Tariq al-Hashmi, the Grand Imam of the greatest mosque in Mecca, who died and Jesus brought him back to life to preach Jesus Christ before 100,000 worshippers in Mecca. Oh wow. Batu Zahemin says, Dokubo always behaves like a pig with no direction. He is the most stupid person in the South. He vomits any words that comes to his mind. I don't think he travels out to have knowledge. I don't think so. Percy Benjamin says, you are a stupid man, that's why you just come to the space with stupid articles. Yerima says, Asari, you can only lie to yourself. You can only call on Nigerians to start respecting one another, irrespective of your religion. Memo says, Asari, keep quiet, at least for once. You are there before, and you cannot deny this fact that Christianity is a religion of peace, which does not buy people because of blasphemy. Exactly. They are talking to our Allah anyhow. Your Allah that cannot fight for himself will be fighting for him and buying people unnecessarily. Clinton says, will you shut up? You are just talking nonsense. It is happening even on social media. You see it happening. Don't mind him. Sansbad says, of course, why should they abuse their God? They know the truth, of course, but pretending and worshipping idols. Jafet David says, then tell us why they hate Christians, if not because of Jesus Christ. You can't love Isa, but hate the name Jesus Christ. You can't. And listeners, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.